The other night I was talking to my friend Jay on the phone, and I had the TV on already, but it was on mute, and I had the closed captions on, so I didn't have the sound on in the room. And this ad that Martha Stewart put out through one of the top biotech pharmaceutical companies just really kind of shocked me. I sat there with my mouth hanging open. Have you seen this ad by Martha Stewart where she is, well, let me just show it to you.
You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got the new updated booster, designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. Got it?
Why a sword? Why is she sharpening a sword? Why is she cutting off the top of a pineapple? What does that have to do, anything at all, with, and I'll just say, the boo-boo, since I can't say certain words that are medical on here. Be careful what you say in the comments section. I can't have medical words in there. They have taken down my video in the past just because somebody wrote something in the comment section about it. What do you think about this ad? Do you think it's a veiled threat? And let me tell you something that's happening with the Davos situation in Switzerland. One of the things I noticed is that her Band-Aid was kind of like this shade of blue, maybe a little bit different, but she has her sleeve down and it shows this blue Band-Aid, which reminded me of either the United Nations or, you know, the EU with their blue flag. And just by coincidence, I'm wearing this blue today. I didn't purposely put that on. So I'm just saying that, you know, why is her Band-Aid blue? Why is it not just skin tone? Why does it have to be a dramatic blue color? Why is she using a sword? Why is she sharpening a sword? Why is she taking off the top of a pineapple with it? And then throwing something in the garbage like, yeah, who cares about you? So earlier, she had posted on her Instagram page that she was all excited about getting her boo-boo near the Martha Stewart Center for Living at Mount Sinai downtown. She said she was so proud of and grateful to those who gave it to her, and wading through the red tape of confusion of the distribution of these very important boo-boos. She was saying that she was very excited to have received her dosage, and she looked forward to the boo-boo. The doctors told her 10,000 applications were received by Mount Sinai right after the state released this batch of the solution. Here's to the advancement of science and a heartfelt thanks to those working on the boo-boo. We are all hoping for an end to this planned situation. To allay your concerns that I jumped the line knowing that I'm in the approved age group for this batch of the juice, and I waited in line with others. I had a former boss, and one day I was looking her up because I wanted to call her again. I got to call her once before I left our home for good, and to catch up with her after many years of not seeing her. And by the time I did talk to her, she was down in Texas, and she was living in Colorado before that, and I worked for her. And when I looked her up online, I found out that she had died. Found out through a former manager that was under her that I worked with, that she took the boo-boo, and within a month, guess what? They had her funeral. And that was really shocking and devastating, because when I was in college, she was like a second family to me, away from home. And I was really shocked. I called my former manager's house and talked to her husband, and they said that she had said she was not going to get another one because she started going downhill the moment she took it, and things got worse and worse, and within a month she died. And this is the truth. I'm not making this story up or anything. She used to have me come decorate her home, and I just really was shocked. Now, I didn't say anything about what my belief system was about the boo-boo or anything related to that. Former manager's husband told me, without me saying anything about that they believed that that's what had caused her to go downhill and pass away. So I personally know someone that died from it. And, you can't deny it when everything was going downhill from that moment on. I hope you understand that we kind of have to talk with code words, because I can't say anything that's medical on my channel, or it will be a target. But at the Davos situation, one of the former prime ministers of the UK, Tony Blair, was there in Davos. And I just want you to hear what he said. He said there was a slew of new injectables and boo-boos give the WEF the opportunity to change the world. The article is newspunch.com. Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair has boasted about the elite's, quote, opportunity to change the world by taking advantage of a slew of new injectables. According to Blair, who many believe is next in line to replace Klaus Schwab as head of the WEF. What if he replaces Klaus Schwab? What if the king of the UK becomes a world leader and Tony Blair becomes the top person taking Klaus Schwab's place? There's an ongoing challenge, an opportunity, and I think that is not just about, I'll just say C, you know what that stands for. It's about the fact that we are going to have a whole slew of new boo-boos, injectables, that are going to deal with some of the worst illnesses in the world. The globalist former prime minister also praised Big Pharma for how quickly they created the C boo-boo, but claimed that in future boo-boos must be regulated and rolled out even faster. According to Blair, national digital identification systems must be put in place to track and monitor every citizen and ensure they are fully boo-booed, and rhymes with roosted, with the slew of boo-boos and injectables, which will be rolled out even faster than during Operation Warp. He says, at the Davos, we are going to have a whole slew of new injectables. Digitalization in your health care is one of the great game changers. Tony Blair also took some time out of his schedule at the WEF to appear on CNN and defend the Davos elite, responding to a question from the host about whether Davos should be canceled this year and never held again because the Davos elite broke the international system. Blair disagreed and said Davos is an opportunity for him to meet with my presidents from Africa on behalf of his nonprofit, the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. He said, I'll tell you what I do when I came to Davos. I will be meeting with 3 of my presidents from Africa. I don't think they broke the economic system, he said. I'll be meeting a whole lot of people from multilateral institutions who work in the developing world. I'm here because my non-for-profit institute works in some of the poorest parts of the world trying to help them. So it's the easiest play in the world to say, oh, all these people coming along here, the global elite, and so on. By the way, these questions about cultural identity and nationalism, you've got elites on both sides of the argument. So Davos, it is what it is. It's an opportunity for people to come here and network on issues of what they think is important. Looks like they've got a quote from the Schwab himself. Humanity is a virus whose cure will come from AI. Humanity is a virus? What does the Bible say? It says that we're made in God's image. So we're not going to be remade in these people's image. We're not going to take the mark of the beast and be transformed into this crazy idea that they have, which is really kind of a psychosis. I wanted to say that Martha Stewart, yeah, she's great at gardening and doing decorations, and, you know, of course, people watch her show, and that's wonderful and fine. You know, she celebrated Halloween, and she dressed as a bloody nurse. She had blood dripping from her eye down here, going down her neck. And of course, it's that thing that they do where they cover and darken one eye. So this was the one bloody eye. You know, the right eye will be utterly darkened. It's a symbol of the Antichrist. So, you know, King Charles III has already been the big top speaker at the WEF in the past. And of course, he said something about thousands and thousands and millions and billions of dollars being at this person's disposal. And I believe that's when he becomes king. And if Tony Blair takes the place of Schwab at the WEF, that puts it all in place for him to work together with King Charles III with all of these injectables, digitization. You know, there's no way that they should be doing what they're doing here with. So, you know, of course, they came out against anybody who did not take the boo-boo. So is that commercial a veiled threat of what's to come? Because they plan to roll out faster and faster these other injectables. Obviously, they want to change the world by using these in people. And of course, Tony Blair from the UK said that they're going to use this with the national digital identification systems that must be put in place to track and monitor every citizen and ensure they are fully boo-booed and roasted with the slew of boo-boos and injectables. I see that commercial as a veiled threat. but very obvious that you can see what they plan to do in the future, I believe. I just wanted to share this in case you did not see this. It aired on TV the other night, and I was completely shocked and appalled by the symbolism of the big samurai sword that she was sharpening. And furthermore, when she said, "Got it? Got it?" Yeah, we got the message. We got it. And anybody who didn't get it, I guess they'll wind up in the trash heap like the top of the pineapple. Okay, well, please be very careful what you say in the comments section. I can't keep certain comments if you're too, if you use the wrong words. I have to be careful with the medical information. I try not to do any medical videos because of that. And I had it happen one time. So please just know that this is what's going on and this is what they intend to do. You know, I mean, of course, people have been talking about the identification passport situation. But this is what he said. He just said this at the Davos meeting. You can see how having Tony Blair take over for Schwab and having a UK person in charge, then having the King of the UK coronated and put as the global world leader, you can see how he would be able to implement these things, and it's looking more and more like the beast system rolling out and the Antichrist, who is that beast that's a king, taking the helm. Anyway, do you think there's something to this ad? Do you think it's a veiled threat? Do you think that they intend to punish people if they fail to comply with their diabolical plan for humanity? Klaus Schwab made that comment that humanity is a virus. Wow, really? So people have demented ideas and they try to force them on other people. Tyranny and dictatorship. And God is going to have to put an end to the plots and schemes of the wicked. The judgment's coming. The Lord's not going to put up with all of these blasphemies against him and his word. He said that mankind, women, were made in God's image. And he's saying we are a virus. Give me a break. Anyway, I just wanted to see what your take was on the Martha Stewart advertisement. And you know, that same company, back in the 40s, 50s, I think it was the 50s, there was a big outbreak of polio in the Fort Worth, Texas area. And when I was looking through historic photos, I saw a building with the word, I'll say Kaiser. Starts with a PH. I saw that on a building in downtown. Made me wonder, was there more than one planned situation? Because it was like a terrible epidemic down there. And a lot of it broke out in the swimming pool of the public pool. Just kind of putting these little pieces together of what their little plan is. And seeing that picture of Martha Stewart dressed as a bloody nurse is kind of freaky. So, I don't know. Strange. So, I just needed to let you know, in case you did not see this ad, strange stuff. We are living in the strangest of times. Like, share, and support my channel, please. I really thank you for watching, and I just want to give you information. A lot of the stuff that I show on my channel, it all comes from the Bible. I'm not sitting here trying to give my opinion. I'm not going by emotions. I'm not going by things that people project onto something that I do. I'm just trying to give it to you from the Bible and verify it with the Bible. So there's people that are just giving their opinions about things, and that sets people off. So you have to be very careful about it. Okay, I'll talk to you later.